Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1715, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Who was the male star of the 1997 film Titanic? Leonardo DiCaprio. What is the subject of Claude Lanzmann's award-winning 9-hour film Shoah? The Holocaust. What rocker was backed by a band called Crazy Horse? Neil Young. Kodiak Island is the largest island in which U.S. state? Alaska. What liqueur is prepared from cumin, caraway seeds, and fennel? Kümmel. Which two U.S. states begin with the letter V? Vermont and Virginia. Who sang No More Heroes in the 1970s? The Stranglers. The single Up Where We Belong is taken from which film? An Officer and a Gentleman. What required 5 separate spacewalks to get repaired in 1993? Answer: Hubble Space Telescope. What does an apiarist do? Keeps bees. On the TV show South Park, which character wears a blue hat with a red pom-pom on it? Stan? What state did Harry Truman represent as a U.S. Senator before becoming President of the United States? Missouri. Billed as the crime of the century, in which U.S. city did the Great Brinks robbery take place in 1950? Boston. What operation, consisting of a laparotomy and a hysterotomy, is the most commonly performed procedure in U.S. hospitals? A cesarean section. Who wrote the 1994 novel The Fist of God? Frederick Forsyth. Which event is widely considered to be the official start of the Holocaust? Kristallnacht. Who was the first president to have electricity in the White House? Benjamin Harrison. What book did William Peter Blatty write with the $10,000 he won from You Bet Your Life? The Exorcist. What year did audiences first saw the character of Jason Voorhees? 1980. What does the cyanometer measure? Answer: blueness of the sky. It was developed by 18th century Swiss scientist Horace Benedict de Saussure. What color is vermilion a shade of? Red. What nickname was given to the brutal Royal Irish Constabulary Reserve Force in 1920? Black and Tans. How fast can an ostrich run? Answer: 43 miles per hour. What does the word cocky literally translate to in English? Soil-colored. What is the minimum Scoville rating for a Scotch bonnet pepper? Around 150,000. What is the longest river in Canada? Mackenzie River. What is the name of the band whose songs All Star and I'm a Believer were featured in the 2001 film Shrek? Smash Mouth. What is the name for the study of fluids? Hydraulics. How many chambers does the human heart have? 4. Who recorded the album Wings Over America in 1970s? Answer: Paul McCartney and Wings. What's the age limit for horses competing in the Kentucky Derby? 3 years old. The Pythagorean theorem applies to what kind of triangle? Right? Where does the famous Running of the Bulls take place? Pamplona. Which individual is most credited for bringing about the standard of the 8-hour workday? Answer: Samuel Parnell, 1810 to 1890, an immigrant from London to New Zealand. He was a carpenter. What accordion-laden type of dancing is the official state dance of Wisconsin? Polka. Which character did Anton Yelchin portray in the Star Trek film series reboot prior to his death in 2016? Pavel Chekhov. In the movie Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, which actor portrayed Lord Yupa? Patrick Stewart. Which song by The Who did CSI Miami use in its opening credits? Won't Get Fooled Again. What rare earth element is the second most abundant one in the known universe? Helium. What was Jonathan Richman's backing band? The Modern Lovers. What action did the U.S. take along with Great Britain and Australia after Japan seized Indochina? Answer: They formed a trade embargo that cut off 90% of Japan's oil supply. Notch, peak, and shank are different types of what? Lapels. What is the name of the singer known by her stage name Fergie? Stacey Ferguson. Who was the first librarian of the U.S. Library of Congress? John Beckley. In 1643, Evangelista Torricelli invented the first what? Barometer. Why did Allied forces invade Italy after it had already surrendered? Answer: German forces were still fighting in the country. What parts of a sailor's uniform can be used for a flotation device? Answer: the pants and hat. The pants can be if each leg is tied into a knot. The hat should be worn as a sunscreen during the day. What nationality is actor Stephen Fry? British. What plant is used to make tequila? Blue agave. The meat pie, tortilla, originated in which country? Canada. end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.